Welcome to Fin Business. Another interesting session, another interesting topic. We are going to discuss about agri-banking, agricultural banking and financial inclusion with Mr. Panigrahi. Welcome to Fin Business, Mr. Panigrahi.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Mr. Panigrahi, you have been into the business of agricultural banking for quite some time now. Based on your experience, how the banks today have reliance on weather reports and all those kind of analytical informations that are available to them in the secondary source of data, and how much do they rely on their judgment and their experiences when they get into this lending process for the agricultural sector? What has been your experience?
Basically, we go for two types of credit. One is production credit, another is investment credit. So, when we speak of weather and weather data, climatic conditions, what the impact is, there are three things that comes into the mind of a person when he or she interacts with the agriculturists or farmers. One is readiness, another is usage, and the third one is impact. How the farmer is ready, how the environment is ready, how the issue is ready. Ready means ready with the technology, ready with the data, ready with the issues related to farm sector income and growth, ready with the risk management process. So, that is called readiness. So, weather report and data analytics play a vital role. As far as readiness by the banks, especially public sector banks are concerned, we do not have a lab system regarding agriculture. But however, during this time, we have introduced many of the issues, many of the things for the growth of the farm income. That is, we have introduced farmers club at the rural centers. We have introduced financial literacy centers. We have introduced village knowledge centers where we provide the internet, where we provide all other weather reports. So, these are the issues that the people take the help of for themselves. Then question comes the usage part. There are many large farmers, those who personally invest for weather report. They invest in high-end technology and they have their own lab system. They have their own agricultural scientists engaged with them for all these things. But this section and percentage of this type of farmers are few. But usage is there, but level of usage of the data is very, very poor. It is at a nascent stage rather. So, what the country needs now, what the stakeholders, what the bankers, what the government says, more crop per drop, or we say our honorable Prime Minister says Jal Dhan and Bandhan, forestry and this water resources. So, to manage those, so usage is necessary for the people. Then third one is impact. What is the impact on the crop growth? What is the impact on this investment? What is the impact on this technology to agriculture? That is also to be studied and that is to be disseminated. The idea is to be disseminated to the people at large so that this can be more of its use day by day.
So, that gives me a logical next question. Is that today there is a whole lot of information available from the IMD or whatever sources of information. What is that missing link today which helps you or which probably you would require as an additional hand to take you to that level of getting much more precision when it comes to lending to the agri-banking sector?
Yeah. As far as banking is concerned, the missing link is banks are employing agricultural graduates and postgraduates, especially people from agricultural universities to look after the agriculture finance and large scale finance in marine fishery, forestry, large scale plantations. But the missing link is that they are basically scientific but not scientists.
Okay.
Over a period of time, the banks and insurance companies, financial institutions including NBFC, MFIs, they should be more, they should have scientists. If the scientists are not there, specialists are not there, that is a missing link. And then use of the data, as we say, usage of the data, that is more important. So, we have to keep people to the sector of usage. As long as people use the data and study the impact, then only things will improve. So, how to get it, how to translate this to the grassroots level farmers and agriculturists, how to make them scientific. Nowadays, education is improving, communication is improving. Almost people are in a very improved state of art and technology. So usage will be easy. Only thing we have to get them reached. We have to bring them to the bring them and onboard to a particular level, so that the country in the process of transformation can go for enriching the farmers. Ultimately, the sector will definitely add to the GDP, growth of GDP. It will impact the inflation level. It will impact other sectors like textile, engineering, FMCG, all these things.
And how granular is the information that you seek today from the external sources? Is it village, is it region, is it district, or is it farm wise? What is the kind of granularity in this information?
Information is there as regards credit planning and processing, review systems, everything, data is there. But only thing, again coming down to the same thing, how people use to the data, that is more important. Information is there, village level information, block level information, taluka level information, district level information. So pattern of culture, agriculture, pattern of crop production, then this geographical base, then climatic conditions, then difference in time factor to go for production. However, this granularity regarding the fortnightly or weekly or monthly interval and studying the same and helping the farmers to analyze the issues, that is still awaited. We cannot have a balance sheet of agriculture on monthly basis or quarterly basis.
Interesting. Thank you very much, sir, for the information. Hope you have some wonderful business in the agricultural sector after
Yeah, of course.
Using a whole lot of technology, a whole lot of forecasting tools, techniques and statistics to add on to your business. Thank you very much.